Cooties is a horror comedy that is written by the guy who did Saw and a guy who written Glee. And this film is directed by filmmakers that have done commercials, and when they've done this movie, they did a pretty good job with the camera angles. They did a good job with almost everything they shot. The movie is about Elijah Wood, and he's the producer of this movie. His character is Clint, and he's a substitute teacher who's also a writer. And he goes to sub for this elementary school that he went to growing up as a kid. He meets up with his old girlfriend or best friend at the elementary school that he went to like 15 years ago, named Lucy, played by, well, I know there's a lot of big names in this movie like Elijah Wood, Rainn Wilson, there's Jack. I mean, there's some pretty big names. There's some big names in this movie, and there's also the guy who wrote it, and he plays a part in the movie. I watched this movie on iTunes for rent. I didn't see it at my independent film theater around my hometown because I felt like watching this movie would just give me nightmares. But you know what? I don't really get scared after watching a horror movie. I don't really get up in the middle of the night screaming my guts out. That's not how I felt about this movie. I felt like this movie was just playing for laughs and just playing for something that is not real. Like zombies, for instance. The rest of the plot of this movie, I'm just getting off things. I wanted to just keep going on with this review. Anyway, while Elijah Wood is there subbing, there's this little girl named Shelly who has just, in the opening titles, has just taken a bite out of a chicken nugget that has a little black stuff in it, and that caused her to get sick and turn into a zombie. That all the kids called her Cootie. All the kids said that she had cooties, which is, in this case, in this movie, is a fictional zombie disease that is only for kids. And the funny thing about this movie is the virus only affects you if you haven't gone through puberty. And I was like, what? That is so hysterical and stupid. I mean it works, but it's just so corny for something that's like a zombie movie. You thought it would just affect the teenagers and the adults after they got scratched by these kids that are like brats. Well, there are two kids in this movie that are brats, like Patriot and his buddy Dick, something like that. But Patriot, he was a bad boy at first, and he deserved to be bitten by a zombie. Like all the kids who were bad to this little girl, they were pickers, they're like bullies. They all deserve to get bitten by something that has been affected with zombies. Because that's how this movie's played out. It's just kids that are innocent and kids who are bullies that are turned into mindless eating killing machines called zombies. But in this case they're called Cooties. But it was like kid zombies. They're just kid zombies. There's not adult zombies in this movie. But the film has a great cast, and they had good performances, and the child actors, they did a pretty good job too with having all that zombie makeup on their faces. The kid who played Patriot, he was just he was so crazy. He was like a psycho. He had his mouth wide open, and he had a smile the whole time whenever he was attacking teachers and doing some crazy stuff. He was like the most insane zombie killer I've ever seen in a zombie movie. But I mean, in some cases, some horror comedies don't really have all the like zombie. I mean, they don't have all the horror and comedy in it. They don't put them all 50-50. Some of them just go straight for the comedy and do less on the horror. But when I saw this movie, it just had all the horror and comedy that I thought I was going to have when I saw the trailer. And the trailer gave me chills. But I mean, after watching the film, I liked it. I mean, it was an entertaining zombie movie that had a unique concept. Because every time, like when we were in elementary school, like I was in elementary school, people were talking about Cooties, like you got Cooties. But it was a fictional childhood disease that didn't have any effects, but it was a good idea for this guy who co-wrote Saw. He had really a twisted mind for this film. It was just unique and a really good zombie flick. And I really think they should just do a sequel. Everything was good as I thought it would be. Good makeup, good glory effects, a good directorial debut. But it's definitely good enough to receive a cult following. And I think it would be a pretty good cult classic. Because people will be talking about this after they have watched this on iTunes or go see it at independent film theater. Because this is not in theaters worldwide, because it's just an independent film that has been distributed by Lionsgate, and Lionsgate wanted to write a new ending. Because when I looked this up, this movie is like an hour and 28 when I bought this for rent. But when I looked up on Google, it was going to be like an hour and a half. So I guess they have a new ending for the people at Lionsgate. Because this movie was at the Sundance in 2014, but they were having troubles with the releasing, like I said before. I'm going to give this movie about 3.8 out of 5 stars. I still think it's a good time. It's fun. It has good action. It has good thrills. It has good horror. It's probably going to be a big hit for something that's independent and home video. Now, if they can release it in America for a Blu-ray and DVD release, I would just buy it and see how they made it. Because I had a good time with this film. But stick around for the post-credit scene, because there's a short scene. And if they could do a sequel like they did for World War Z, destined to be a franchise with only 2 or 3 sequels. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts about Cooties. Have you seen it, or do you want to see it? But if you want to see it, you can go on iTunes and you can download it for rental, and then you can go ahead and watch it. I want to know your guys' thoughts. And come check out my playlist of movie reviews on my channel. Subscribe, and I would like to hear your thoughts. I would love to hear your thoughts. But as you can tell, on my side, posters on my back. I have posters Sinister 2 and The Gallows. I'm getting ready for Halloween sooner or later, and I'm about ready to try to do horror movie reviews, because I like horror movies. I like a good scare. Even if a horror movie has bad reviews. So long, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this video.